Morning, we are learning about a hearing that's set for not just one, but two California bills that aims to stop transgender athletes from participating in girls' and women's sports.
So the hearing is next week, and it'll be the first public debate between state lawmakers on the issue since Governor Newsom's controversial comments about it on his podcast. KCRA 3 Capitol correspondent Ashley Zavala joining us now in studio with the new developments.
Yeah, at this point, we know that there are at least two proposed bills that are trying to reverse California law that currently allows trans athletes to participate in girls and women's sports. Both of the bills will get a hearing next Tuesday, but both of those bills are written by Republicans, which means they may have a long shot at the state capitol that is dominated by Democrats. Now, the first we told you about on Friday, AB 89 by Assemblymember Kate Sanchez. This is the Protect Girls Sports Act. It would no longer allow trans athletes in California to compete in girls' sports. This would apply to sports governed by California's Interscholastic Federation, which sets rules for high school sports. Now, the other bill that we're learning about is AB 844, which is even broader and would also apply to ban trans athletes in elementary school, middle school, high school, universities, and college sports in California. Again, women's sports there. That one is written by Assemblyman Bill Essayli. It also would no longer allow trans athletes in women's and girls' locker rooms. So the exact details here. The bills are scheduled to be heard in the Assembly's Arts, Entertainment, Sports, and Tourism Committee on April 1st at 9 a.m. This will come weeks after Governor Gavin Newsom said it was unfair on his podcast episode with conservative political activist Charlie Kirk.
Like, would you do something like that? Would you say no men in female sports?
Well, I think it's an issue of fairness. I completely agree with you on that. It is an issue of fairness. So it's deeply unfair.
So ever since, the governor has been asked repeatedly if he would support bills to ban trans athletes in women's sports, as most recently as a few days ago at the state capitol.
Endorse those bills?
Seen any legislative proposals?
Would you support?
I have not.
Is this
seen
something
any
you think the legislature
proposals.
should take up? I mean, it's something you're clearly passionate about. Well, you spoke about it on your podcast.
I've not said a word in terms of responding to you.
So in a statement, Assemblyman Bill Essayli told me, quote, I wrote AB 844 to repeal a decade-old state law that permits biological boys to join girls' sports teams and enter their locker rooms. California has undermined the historic efforts to safeguard women in schools and vulnerable spaces. He went on to say, we'll find out if Sacramento Democrats will do the right thing and stand with Governor Newsom and me on this common sense issue, or if they'll cling to their failed radical politics that lost them the last presidential election. Now, the chairman of the committee is Democratic Assemblyman Chris Ward, who you see on your screen here. He is also the leader of the state's LGBTQ caucus. The caucus said they were profoundly sickened and frustrated by his remarks on the podcast when it first came out. We reached out and we continue to reach out to Assemblyman Ward. We're hoping to catch up with him today on the floor, but we have not gotten a comment since these hearings have now been scheduled.
Okay, so we know that this has pretty much been a non-starter for Democrats. Do you have a sense at all right now why they are now giving these bills a hearing?
Yeah, this is the big question, and one that we have been asking now since Friday. And some that I've talked to have the impression the Assembly wants to give this a sincere public discussion that they think it might deserves with all the publicity around this now. But there's also the possibility that Democrats want to make a point and a statement that they are dedicated to protecting the state's current stance on this. And they may be trying to send a message nationally that they'll continue to protect trans athletes in the state. But we really don't know for sure at this point. We'll keep asking. We're trying to check in with leadership on this. More to come. But again, that hearing next Tuesday, and it will probably be an explosive discussion.
Yeah, can definitely imagine why.
Yeah.
All right.